On June 21st, a celebration and wellness event was held for National Indigenous Peoples Day in Holland Park in Surrey. National Indigenous Peoples Day is a day for all Canadians to recognize and celebrate the heritage, unique cultures, and outstanding contributions of First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people. Although the Canadian Constitution recognizes these three groups as Indigenous people, they each have their own distinct heritage, language, cultural practices, and spiritual beliefs.
Being in urban Surrey, people might think that all Indigenous people are the same. There could be an assumption that maybe people really do know a lot about their cultural background and they don't. And I just see this so often in Surrey. So just a day like this, being able to have like the blended Métis, Inuit, First Nations come and do the cultural sharing and just being able to take the day and celebrate, you can see that it really brightens people up.
The event had a high attendee turnout and was welcomed by the Semiahmoo, Katzie, and Kwantlen nations.
I think it is pretty progressive that Surrey's caught on to the idea of having local territories involved and just realizing Surrey can't welcome the people and that it does have to be the traditional territories. I think that that's a good example of Indigenous leadership.
The event featured displays of cultural sharing from local First Nations through music, dance, art, and storytelling.
What Indigenous Days means to me is I can finally celebrate who I am and where I came from. Growing up, we were denied that. It wasn't a good idea to be any kind of Aboriginal back home. But time came when I got tired of denying it and I started getting involved in it.
Indigenous Day means being able to share my culture with people that may not know, and I'd like to reach everybody out there. They don't have to be Indigenous, but I find a lot of people don't even know about residential schools, for example, and I feel we got to reach more people.
The event also had a free community barbecue for all attendees, giving out around 3,300 pieces of bannock, 1,350 beef burgers, a couple hundred bison burgers for elders, and 2,000 hot dogs. Leftover food was donated to the Salvation Army.
After the event, people have so much cross-pollination. Maybe there's a non-Indigenous group, maybe the libraries, and then they want to connect with somebody they saw on stage to come and read a story. And I think that's really not only progressive, but it's just a healthy way forward, because the truth is Indigenous people are going to go beyond just the friendship center or beyond just their reserve. So you want them to feel confident and feel that their culture is accepted or see a piece of them, whether they're at the art center or the library.
13,460 Surrey residents are Indigenous, with almost half the population being younger than 24 years old.
Having the emotional freedom to just be yourself for the day is huge. This day is healing, motivation, inspiration. Thank goodness for the elders being the survivors they are, or else we wouldn't even be here today. I think about it for them, the younger generation as well. It's just starting to become second nature for them. I saw a lot of vulnerable people coming through as well. I think that the drumming and a lot of the singing is already inside them. And if they can come and get some nourishment as well, it's a good thing.